Hello, everybody. We got some show floor impressions. These guys, Huber's got to go in and start shooting early, so we're gonna have to at least get him out of here by 12. I got a lot of stuff though, but a lot of stuff I have at least crosses over, so maybe like it won't be too bad. I've got 8 games. You've got
4 or 5.
Okay, Brad.
I have 4.
Hubert.
4, 5, or 6, something.
Huber's got some games.
I haven't counted.
Daliani, what you got?
I've got 2 games.
Okay.
Very short.
First game on my list, Gran Turismo Sport.
Ooh,
I played a little bit of that.
I'm curious about this.
So Ben got in there. I think the first thing that kind of stood out to me is I feel like they seem to have learned to appeal to a bit of a broader audience, at least in the demo. Like, it just gives you upfront, like, very clear, like, okay, what kind of assists do you want to use on your car? What kind of control scheme? Because it still has, you know, the Gran Turismo, like, classic face buttons and analog stick, but then it also has the more modern trigger design.
Yep.
And so it just kind of puts all that up front, lets you figure out, okay, how do you want to configure, how do you want to race? And then they also have what I'd call kind of a new style of cornering assist. I don't know if you had this on or not, but
I did.
So rather than drawing a line on the track, they basically just put triangles pointing at the corners. So you know a turn's coming up, you know you need to get on the brakes, but you're not being told like exactly where on the track to be, which I think is a good, interesting new way of doing that. And then I don't know if you noticed this, but I feel like the AI is more dynamic. The AI does not feel like a bunch of cars on a train rail.
They definitely felt more aggressive to me. But I don't think I have enough experience to really go beyond that. It seemed like they would be smarter about when they were behind me, finding that pocket and getting in front of me. It wasn't just like you were saying on a track. It wasn't just, all right, I'm going here, and regardless of your position, I'm going to plow through. It was like, no, I am very aware of your position, and I'm thinking about when can I best capitalize on this situation.
Yeah, and then obviously, you know, I did like 2 half races. You know, we didn't get a lot of time to judge it, but just first impressions. The driving in Gran Turismo, of course, always feels good, but I feel like they got a much better sense of it in the cockpit view. I feel like the cockpit view looks a lot better. You know, remember like GT5, like originally didn't have it, and then they did weird silhouettes, and they just, you know, like it kind of took them a while, I think, to get to like a really great cockpit view. But I really like the way the cockpit view looks and feels in Gran Turismo Sport. The one thing I will say, it will be hard for me, like with Gran Turismo and Forza both coming out this year, it's going to be hard for me to figure out which one I'm going to like better. But just the pure demo visual impact with an Xbox One X Forza 7 and a PlayStation 4 Pro Gran Turismo Sport on big 4K TVs running, you know, in the ideal conditions, Forza looks better. It does. I saw a lot of aliasing and moray and like just all kinds of this little graphical artifacts. There are some in Forza as well, but it's just like a sharper, cleaner image overall and pops a lot more. Well, I mean, Forza generally pops a lot more. They go a lot more for color and
Crazy.
like high range lighting and stuff. Whereas Gran Turismo is a bit more grounded, a bit more realistic in a way, but it's just not as clean. Next. Or if you want to talk about more Gran Turismo, you can too.
Which one's better, dude?
Blood.
Which one is better? Take a stance. Those 2 games are extremely similar. They're going to be compared
I'm not going
all
to
year
take a
long.
stance on a demo. What? I'm going to have a hard time taking a stance when the games come out.
Blood, this is a
But
question.
I took a stance on the visuals right there.
Yeah,
Which one is better?
Well, this is a question that I am not capable of answering myself, and so I'm curious on your input. As I was playing the GT Sport demo, I thought to myself, oh, okay, there are definitely some updates. But then I thought, are these updates just impressive for Gran Turismo, or are these updates impressive on the whole?
Sure.
I didn't walk away from my time with that demo feeling like, wow, this is a really forward-thinking racing game. Not that it needs to be, not that that is absolutely essential, but I thought it didn't surprise me.
Sure. And I don't know that there's anything in Forza either that surprised me. I mean, there's things that I've wanted in Forza, but they've been done before in other racing games. So, yeah.
Okay.
You know, I think, you know, it will... Those kinds of features will probably not be... I think the things that will stand out will probably not be the stuff that's just a single race on a track. It'll be something else that's broader, more with a career. Or
the visuals are a big
that.
part, and if Forza looks noticeably better, that is a check in the column.
It's a selling point.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I completely agree with that contextualization, and that's a very good point, that when you are on a show floor and you're talking about a game that is very much about that long experience, and that's where it's focusing on most of its changes, that one single race, it's not fair to make assumptions. Is this the part where I talk about games?
Yeah, this is the part where you talk about a game, Ben.
What do you got, Ben?
The big game that I saw, it was Detroit Beyond Human.
Can I tell a story real quick?
No, let's not. You can tell it afterward, but let's not go into it with that story.
That's okay.
Yeah. So Detroit Beyond Human, I have a very frustrating, if you are familiar with my earlier GT days, I have a frustrating history with Quantic Dream. And
Really?
yes, I do. Because I played Indigo Prophecy, or Fahrenheit, as is known in some areas. And there are parts of Fahrenheit at the time that I played it where I was like, wow, there is nothing like this. Especially that opening scene where you've killed somebody and you don't know why, and you're trying to clean it up, and the cops are coming after you, and you escape, and you grab onto that helicopter.
Yeah.
That was so exciting and so well presented. It was just this out-of-the-box
It was new.
opening. Yeah, just an extremely powerful opening. It was new. It was fresh. And I think, like Heavy Rain, I remember there was so much buildup and so much talk about Heavy Rain, and then me being disappointed with the final result. And what I mean being disappointed with the final result is that I thought about that story and I thought, man, there are some huge plot holes. Man, there are some twists that don't feel like they're entirely justified, where they weren't able to paste a well-told story on top of your choices matter. Where it felt a little stretched thin. And I thought Beyond Two Souls was just wacky. Just
Super wacky.
Just wacky.
Wacky that I could get behind.
So
though.
you're saying
Sure.
the game's gotten progressively worse.
Not progressively worse, but I felt like the ideas that they had, the execution never lived up to the potential of those ideas. And it's hard, and I don't want to overstate it, but man, oh man, this Detroit demo impressed me in a lot of ways. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what Detroit is, it is a world where you have androids that are serving humans. And these androids are incredibly lifelike. Outside of the circle that they have on their head that changes colors depending on their mood, you wouldn't know that they were androids. You would think that they were humans. And the demo that I played was from an android Connor's perspective, and he's going and he's helping out the police. The police go to this residence where this was in last year's E3 trailer, so you might be familiar with that. But again, just a quick summary. A family had an android that they were going to replace, and it's gone rogue. It's killed the father of the family, and it's kidnapped the daughter. And you, as Connor, have to go and intervene, and as a fellow android, try to convince him to calm down. And you have to try to save your ultimate goal is to save the hostage.
Yeah, I mean, your job is a negotiator.
Right.
Like, that's what his role is.
It is powerful. It is so intense because you feel for the hostage guy. It's like they're going to replace him, like he's just an appliance.
Right.
Like, you were spoiling it already. Yeah.
Sorry, I mean they showed it
Yeah.
last
No,
year.
it's
Oh, yeah,
true.
they
It's
did,
true.
they did.
Yeah.
It's true. But I think the number one thing to come away from is when you start, you have a percentage meter, and it says you have a 48% chance of your negotiation working. And as I'm playing the demo, I'm just kind of nodding my head because everything sounds as I expect it to. He's like, all right, so you can either go out there and negotiate right away and take your chances, or you can hunt around for clues. And I'm like, okay, I go and I examine this thing, and it gives me more information, and a box ticks. And then all of a sudden, because it looks really, really good, and because that the characters will respond to the environment in a very natural way. If there's like a glass on the ground, they'll kind of step around it. If they are by a doorway, they'll kind of push through it. And it was just like, oh, it's really impressive. You know, you're seeing this game for the first time. You're kind of appreciating it. And then all of a sudden, my percentage starts ticking down, and it flashes every second counts. And I go, wait, what's happening? And he says, you can go and there's a lot of things for you to investigate, and all of that will give you tools in this negotiation, but there is a timer. But that timer is not represented by any sort of...
There's a hostage situation outside right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're wasting time.
But that time is not represented in the game.
Yeah.
Well,
And
in an indirect way.
In an indirect way.
Yeah.
In an indirect way it is, but there are not numbers ticking
Right.
down.
Yeah. Basically, the longer you take, the more cops get shot.
Right. And
You can hear yelling outside. Like,
But that's what I love about it is they kind of remove some of the gaminess from it, where you have a rogue android holding a little girl on the edge of a building, and at some point that situation is going to turn bad, and you hear about it. You hear the cops getting a little bit more angry. Why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you doing anything? And it's just sort of this natural escalation. It's sort of this natural tension where I thought this was just going to be a game where all of the objects that I had would be highlighted, and I go and I do it, and as long as I was thorough, I would have a mission success. But as I'm doing it, I'm thinking to myself, like, wait, am I examining the right thing? Should I go out there?
Right.
If I don't go out there right now, is this girl gonna die? And there was this layer of tension, again, with these decisions that I didn't feel was present in other Quantic Dream games, and that is so important.
it is so high stakes. We were
Yes.
talking about that before, during the conference before. And I just love this idea because games, they have trained us, like, even difficult games like Souls, it's like if you die, you get to redo it.
Right,
Try again.
right.
This, he kills the girl, he jumps off the building or whatever. Like, you have to live with those consequences.
Right.
And the story keeps moving. It goes forward, and I love that about it.
I think another impressive thing, and again, in a demo, this is an easy thing to do smoke and mirrors on, and so I don't want to fully judge it until the game comes out, but at least right now, the illusion of granularity. And what I mean by that is you can go into the little girl's room, and she has a tablet, and you can watch a video, and you'll learn the name of this rogue android. And it is the only way that you can learn the name of this android.
Yeah.
And if you don't
Because
do
the
that,
captain don't care.
right, you can
Did
go
you
and
get the
can-
captain to give you any kind of respect?
The captain is a total dick. You go up to him and you're like, hey, I'm trying to get some information. And he's like, well, you're just an android. The most important thing is to save the hostage. It doesn't matter what you say to the captain. He doesn't care. But anyway, you go and you use this tablet, you watch this video, and you learn that the rogue android is named...
It's named Daniel.
Daniel.
It's an easy one to remember for me.
Daniel. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And if you don't learn the android's name, you go out there and you say, hey, you, what is your name? And this is an android who just wants to feel like a human being, who just wants to be recognized. If you go and you watch that video and you go out there on that scene, you say, hey, Daniel, you address him, and you see it in his face, like, oh, this person recognizes me.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is a
Ben.
great moment. That is not just oh, I found the magic bullet that will save this girl. It humanizes this character.
Yes, Ben, I cannot wait for this game.
Yeah.
I love this because I love characters more than plot.
Right.
And when you come out there and you're like, hey, Daniel, like, I know you've spent time with this family, like, you can move on from this, and just, it's so emotional. You can relate to it in a sense. Like, there's so many relatable things about this game. Even
Right.
talking about androids, they're just trying to be human. They're just trying to fit in with society. Like, this game speaks to me. I'm so pumped.
Can we
So
talk about,
pumped.
there's a little bit of the investigation mechanic.
Yes, it's important.
It's a little bit, I would compare it a little bit to remember me. Because what you do is, so like there's a gun case on the ground, and there's some other, like some bodies that you examine. And so what you do is you kind of, you find the focal points, and they're pretty clearly pointed out to you. But you look at the bullet holes, you look at the ammunition or whatever. And then in that scene, once you've like identified enough points, then Connor can reconstruct kind of a timeline. And then you like scrub back and forth on this timeline, and when you're in the right points, then you can hold a button to like play that point in the timeline and get more information and like fully reconstruct what happened in that moment.
I wonder if sometimes having too much information will negatively impact you.
Well, what it does is it adds more dialogue choices.
Yeah.
So that means you can pick a dialogue choice that really isn't going to be all that helpful.
Right.
So I know you played it twice.
Yes, I did. That gets into my biggest criticism of the demo. But before we do that, there is one other kind of cool thing that I want to talk about is the first time I played the demo, when I went out and I talked to Daniel and he was at the edge of the roof, I just stayed in place because we were having this conversation, and I assumed, like most games, that when we were in this moment, it was sort of a static thing. It was just about me picking dialogue options. The second time I played it, he says, no, you can keep moving. And you can approach Daniel as you're going forward. And when you do that, you realize, oh, there's an injured cop here. And because I'm moving, as I'm talking, I'm seeing this injured cop. This is a whole nother thing that I can interact with and incorporate into the conversation with Daniel.
Oh, so I saw that I could look at the cop, but I didn't really understand what I was supposed to do there.
You can go over to the cop and interact with it while you're having this conversation with Daniel that incorporates all of your dialogue decisions that you learned from your investigation, and it was just really, really,
awesome.
Can
really
you
cool.
go over to the cop and ignore Daniel?
You can.
Too?
Because this is what Daniel did. He said, if you help that cop, I'm going to shoot you. And it said, comply or ignore.
Yeah. Did you ignore?
Oh, I ignored.
And what happened?
I helped that cop, and Daniel just had to sit there like a pouty android.
Awesome.
Yes.
Call his bluff.
Yes, exactly.
That's great.
But my biggest criticism with the demo, and I want to know, Blood, if you echo this, is the thing I was disappointed on. So, as you're talking with Daniel, there's a helicopter that comes in, and it stresses Daniel out, and your chance of probability goes down. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's not just only taking into consideration the things that I found. It is what is happening in the moment. I thought that was cool. But during my second playthrough, I purposefully picked what I considered to be the most obviously wrong answers, where it was like, I am just being a big idiot. I am intentionally antagonizing Daniel. And it got like down. Your probability of success was going from 48 to 30 to 20 to 11. And I was like, I am being so dumb, and he has a gun, and he is clearly at his wit's end. Why isn't he being more aggressive? And then I picked like one kind of smart dialogue option, and it shot up. And so I'm like, is it hesitant to punish you immediately? I guess was my worry that I walked away from with the demo.
So that was your second?
That was my second.
Okay, so before we get to my result, I want to know what ended up happening with your two results.
The first time. What happened the first time is I got a mission success, but it didn't really feel that great because Daniel was jumping off the roof, but I was able to save the girl. However, I fell off the roof with Daniel.
Oh, okay.
That was my first result. The second time, he just killed the girl, and Daniel walked away like a pouty android. Mission failed.
Okay.
Whoa.
So, it's interesting because the way it sounds like you kind of worked for that mission fail in a way.
Yes, I did.
I was feeling real good about myself. I was up to like 80% on that meter, and I was walking slowly up to Daniel. I was talking to him, and then I let the helicopter go away, and then he like basically said, "All right, well, give me a car and everything, and then I'll send, I'll take the girl with me, and I'll send her back to you or something when I get out of town."
Yep.
And I'm like, that seems a bit much. I don't know. And then, boom, like my meter fell down. He starts dropping. And then the button icon pops up, And here's the thing, it may just be because of the demo, but the whole demo, the only thing I've done with these button icons is hold a button.
Yeah.
And this one they want you to mash. And I
Oh.
didn't realize, and I didn't mash, and boom, they just died, and I failed. Because I didn't mash the button
funny.
inside.
Damn.
So it's like,
Rip.
that's the thing where the Huber, it has a consequence, but I didn't really make that choice. I just didn't
Right. It wasn't clear
understand.
what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of sounds like you can instantly get punished or instantly rewarded too, because the meter shoots up, it shoots down. Like you never know. People are unpredictable.
Right.
Like, there seems like an unpredictability, and all you can really do is your best to increase the percentage with the tools you have, the information you have.
Right. Right. It's just.
And like some things you say are going to be more or less valuable than other things you say.
Yes, but I went the second playthrough. I went onto that roof with absolutely zero evidence. Even the things
Yeah.
that it was shoving right in my face, I ignored, and I picked the most asinine decisions. And that conversation went on for a long time, where it was like, why is Daniel still listening to me rationally? I'm not making any sense whatsoever. It just seemed to last a little bit longer than made sense in the moment. Whereas I didn't have that sensation during the mission success, where it
Yeah.
was like, oh, what I'm saying, he's having believable responses to.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I can't. When's the date? Is that this year?
They haven't. There's no date. There's no date.
Have they really
this
not?
game.
Wow.
I know.
has
I said,
been-
hey, when's the date? And he's like, I don't know.
Also, the other question, does the fish matter?
Yes, but no.
Okay.
Because when I
But for context, there's
Yeah.
a fish flopping on the ground from a busted aquarium, and you can pick it up and put it in a different aquarium.
No, but I think this is more important than it seems, because something that the person giving the demo said was, you're going to have these moments, these incidental moments
Yeah.
that do not impact the story or the interaction at all, but you can still do them. And you can put that fish in, you can take the time, this fish that is out of its aquarium, you can pick it up and put it back in, and you can just watch it swim around. This is a character that is going to be interacting with two other characters, Kara and Marcus is leading this revolution. He's saying we don't need to be enslaved by humans anymore, right? If my Connor, if my android that I'm controlling is somebody that puts a fish in an aquarium or not, that's going to shape my perception of that character and whether or not he would want to
Yes.
join a violent revolution.
Totally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Renegade or Paragon?
Yeah, kind of.
Renegade or Paragon?
Fish or no fish?
Dom, we get that footage working.
It is still processing on YouTube.
You got some other things though, right?
He's got some Detroit footage right now.
I've been playing.
Dominic got
Cool.
Detroit
B-roll.
footage.
Nice.
I played two Sonic games today. Dom also played these. I played Sonic Forces and Sonic Generations. I will
Mania.
talk about-
Sonic
Mania. sorry.
Mania.
Generations. Forces first. Just a really brief demo. Kind of annoying how brief it was. You had a few selections. There was like classic Sonic stage and like modern or something. And I was like, do classic. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
And it was a boss fight with Robotnik, the classic Robotnik in his pod, something swinging at
Yes.
you.
Giant ball.
Hit him a couple times. Then he like turns into like a thing with legs. And he's shooting like a machine gun at you. And you're running by things. Then he shoots rocks up at you. And it lands on the plane you're on. And you hit these rocks, and they kind of hit Robotnik in the background, and that's it. That's all I got to play that game. But one weird thing about that game is, in most Sonic games, when you get hit, your rings come out of Sonic, and they kind of
Yeah.
bounce for a second, and you get a chance to grab them.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be in the game or not, or if it's just this build I had, but when I got hit, the rings just fell and just disappeared really fast.
Huh.
Where I didn't have a chance to recover any rings.
Sonic Souls, dude.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. A little unorthodox.
How did it?
Guys, that's Mania or Forces?
Forces.
Forces.
No, it's cool. You can pick certain races.
Yeah, but the thing I played didn't have any even. I didn't know. I saw some guy next to me playing like a really goofy rabbit character or something.
Well, one of the races, is their special ability is they're left with one coin if they got all the coins knocked
Oh,
out.
so is that why they did that? Why can't they just keep the classic?
You gotta pick the right
Mechanics.
race.
Go have those class abilities.
They're nerfing Sonic though.
Class abilities.
You're nerfing the hero.
How did it feel?
Felt good.
Okay,
Felt
it
fine,
felt
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this feels good. I
Okay.
felt in control Sonic, you know.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Then I played Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of old school Sonic, like many of us are here, I think you'll be very happy with this game. There was a choice from 3 characters in 2 stages: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. I picked Knuckles because I think Damian picked Sonic, so we were just trying something different. I picked this level. It was a desert level with a casino like mixed in with it.
Nice.
One thing I noticed right off the bat is obviously the control feels good, feels tight.
Yeah.
Feeling controlled. The sense of speed is there and everything that you want. A good amount of speed, not too fast where you can't see that's coming.
Yeah.
Knuckles has his glide ability. He has his ability to climb still. But I don't know if this was in Sonic and Knuckles. I can't remember. It's been a long time. What?
Does Knuckles do the laugh where he crosses his arms and goes?
I didn't see the laugh.
Okay.
I didn't see the laugh. But when you glide now, you kind of land for a second. You don't start running immediately. So they don't want you gliding through the whole level the whole time, which I really appreciated. But when you first start or when you're going through the levels, tons of different like levels that you can pick from. I felt like there's so much in those levels I didn't even see when I was going through it. And I noticed they were quite long too.
Whoa.
It didn't like most, like Sonic 1, you can blast through that level in like 20 seconds or something like that. This took me like a good 3-4 minutes, I felt like. And because
Some of the levels in later
there's
Sonic
stuff,
time
yeah, there's
take a few minutes.
yeah, there's stuff to break up your pace though.
Yeah.
Instead of you just going 100 miles through the whole level like that. There was like almost like Sonic Spinball. There was like pinball pins kind of in throughout
Bumpers
the level.
or
Yeah, bumpers.
Flippers.
Yeah, flippers, and there was bumpers too. There was this weird like gun you would get into, like a big giant gun, and it would just like move like this really fast. Kind of like it reminded me of the Donkey Kong
Yeah,
levels.
that sounds like a
Sonic?
Donkey Kong
Yeah.
thing.
Sonic and Mario 2017, packing guns.
Packing guns, yeah. And you could pick where it shoots you like that. But 2 simpler games, but I think if you're a Sonic fan, you should be excited about these 2 games right now.
Which one's better, Brad?
From when I played Mania, I barely played Forces though.
I think Mania's gonna be the one that's remembered for longer.
Probably, it's really good. It's really good. I was very happy with what I played.
Nice.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I don't know if
play
Don
that.
Mann wants to chime in real quick because they're pretty short.
I mean, yeah, I'll just add to like with the Forces stuff. I accidentally, I don't think it was accidentally, we just ended up playing the same exact thing, and it was super short. Didn't really give me a good enough impression from how short it was, and the coin thing just annoyed me. How they like vanished immediately when you got hit. There was like no chance to like pick them up. It felt like. So not much to say about that. It felt okay, but we were playing a classic style stage, so it's not that hard
it's
to
hard to tell when it's 3D.
Yeah, we didn't play the 3D stuff, so that was kind of we'll have to try
Be
to
cautious.
do that. But Mania felt good. So I played Sonic, I played Green Hill Zone. Felt really good. It did feel pretty as close as possible, I think, to playing a Genesis game.
Why don't you put your camera on?
I'm about done. It's
People
like 2
want to
seconds.
see you as you talk.
It's 2 seconds. They're on there. I'm about done. It felt
Okay.
like a classic Sonic game.
This is weird without the side cam.
It's okay. That was pretty much it. Felt like playing a Genesis Sonic game. They nailed it.
They got
felt
it.
good.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, and the new ability to dash when you jump in the air.
That
and
should be
land.
the tagline.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Air dash. Love a good air dash.
It wasn't air dash.
And I love Sonic spin dash.
It's when you jump and hit when you jump, you start charging up a ground spin dash. So when you
okay.
touch the
Oh,
ground,
is that a
so
Sonic
when you
thing
touch
only?
the ground,
Sick.
you will
Yeah.
burst immediately.
Awesome.
Is that a Sonic
rules.
move only?
I don't know if it's Sonic
'Cause-
only, but they explained it to me as soon as I had the controller.
Okay, because
Spin
Knuckles,
dash.
I think he just glides instead.
Okay, yeah,
That's cool
probably.
though. I like that.
Yeah.
I want to be charging up a spin dash right.
Yeah, good stuff.
My turn.
Your turn.
So I played Matterfall, the
Oh,
game
yeah.
from
Oh,
Housemarque.
Matterfall.
I wanted to play this so bad.
I have one note. Lots of buttons.
I've got more description.
That's my note.
So here's the thing. So as
This
you
game's
know,
hard.
a lot of the Housemarque games,
Yeah.
like they're twin stick shooters.
Yep.
And they're saying what they wanted to make sure is that you always have your thumbs on the sticks.
Yes.
And so this is side scrolling, so it's more Contra style. Actually, the dash reminds me of Mega Man a lot. Like so you can like slide under things, you can dash up through things or
Up,
down
down,
through things.
side. The dash
Yeah.
feels.
Real good, but everything is on triggers. So you're jumping and double jumping with triggers, and then you're dashing with, or it's the R1 and L1, jumping and dashing, and then what was R2?
Grenade
Yeah,
and
grenade.
like this like
And then
portal laser
The
thing.
L2 is the matter beam,
Matter
which is just kind of
beam.
weird.
There are so
Yeah.
many buttons.
It's actually just 4 buttons.
That's 4 buttons.
But since they're all on the triggers, it feels a little weird to get used to. They got these. The matter beam fills in these platforms that you can dash through, but they block enemies. So that's kind of a strat. And then the dash you have to stun enemies with.
Yeah.
Like you dash and then you shoot.
Not all enemies though.
Not all enemies, but
it's
a
like
lot
you
of
have to do that
enemies.
to every enemy.
Blood, I
Yeah.
love it when you say strat.
Yeah, that's a rare. Like when he said that, my ear perked.
I played one level though. The game's great. The game's
Yeah.
so good.
And then
It's steep learning curve for
But
sure.
there- and then-
Like their games, you know.
Yeah. But then there's like a combo system that builds up, like their other
yeah.
games too. So
Yeah.
it's really like
Multiplier.
you get the sense that like, you get better at this, and it's gonna feel really good
So
to just
the-
move your way through a level without failing anything.
The DualShock microphone was on, and it would be like multiplier,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I like felt good. I was like, yeah, I'm multiplying everyone.
Letting everyone know. Yeah.
But then you get hit, and it's like combo lost, and I'm like,
self-cautious.
You're looking around being like,
No one's paying attention.
who's the idiot demoing that? Lost his combo.
so yeah, that was brief.
We saw something before that though.
The Inpatient.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
okay.
real quick. Do you happen to know when Matterfall comes out? Because I really want to play
I
it.
don't.
Wait.
I don't know.
The trailer shows at the end of the trailer, you see the release date. It looks like August.
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 Can we confirm down
2017.
Can we?
Fun game.
They always make fun games.
Real fun.
September 15th or August 15th, 2017.
And when's Next Machina come out? I feel like that's
I think that's
October maybe.
No, I think that's sooner.
September?
I think it's actually extremely
What?
soon.
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
really soon.
Hammering these
Okay.
games
It's like this
out.
month
Yeah.
or next month.
Jeez.
Because I played that PSX. Both these games are amazing.
Was there a collective decision to release every video game in 2017?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
They all
You
got
have you have
together.
the Year of Dreams E3, and then you're just like we gotta have a year of gaming. 2017.
Inpatient.
The Inpatient. Astro Point Blank. Is this connected to Until Dawn? Tell me now. No,
Did you say it like
I
that?
asked very politely. I was like, "Is this connected to Until Dawn?" She's like, "Well, not directly." I was like, "So it is." She's like, "Same universe."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which one you get into it? Yeah.
Up so much before.
Same universe.
No.
They're building this universe. It's
No,
not gonna
it's-
tie directly in. This. I checked a calendar when I was looking around in VR. 1954. The calendar said
1952 actually, but
1952. Was old nugget.
That was real.
Yeah.
A little nugget.
Yeah.
A little tiny nugget.
1952. Apparently.
Jeez.
Love this game. Very unsettling. You are
Yeah.
strapped in a chair, and Hugo Strange comes in.
basically, yeah.
Hugo Strange?
Yeah, Hugo Strange comes in, and he's staring you down, and you know,
you choose your answers by looking at them.
and she said that you're gonna eventually choose your answers by voice. That's what she
Oh,
told me. What? This game is voice activated. Kyle, what do you think about that?
In VR?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Why?
Well, it's just too freaky. I think it's a good idea. I'm scared.
Too
of it.
spooky for you?
Somebody.
Dude, Kyle, you're
Hugo
not gonna play
Strange-
this game.
I'm never gonna play this game.
Hugo
The end of
Strange.
this demo would have freaked you the heck out.
Yeah.
This guy asking you questions and then like you vocally responding, I think is really neat.
Yeah.
So and that's what is really working in VR for me now. Before this tech really gets and takes off to the next level, is these moments where you're sitting. You're sitting in a stationary place. You can look around. You know, it's not. You don't get the motion sickness. It looks really great. And you keep having these flashbacks. He keeps asking you questions about like, what do you remember? And then it'll transport you into like you're in this closet, and this guy is looking for you. He doesn't have
Yeah.
a face.
And
He's
that's where
like,
you see the calendar on the wall.
yeah, he like flashes this light at you.
It's like cereal or something behind you.
Yeah, really, really effective game. Then they're like pushing you down on a wheelchair. You can look behind you on the wheelchair, and the guy's pushing you. Just
Then it
really.
gets. Well, I mean, it was already creepy, but first I want to know: did you tell the doctor you trusted him, or that you're
I was
skeptical?
full on. This guy was like poking and prodding me. I'm having these freaky hallucinations, and it's like, do you want to be like, what are you doing to me? Or yeah, I'll keep going. I was like so jolly positive. I was like,
keep poking.
yeah. I was like, let's try again.
Yeah, he actually shuts you down at some point. It's like, no,
No,
I
you're
think.
strapped in at that point.
Yeah.
Could you and Huber stand if you wanted to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have stood.
Yeah.
I would tell you, no, sorry, game, I'm standing.
I'm curious.
that.
I'm curious what it would do. It'd probably say out of area or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get into the room,
The
though,
room. Then
your
then you take control. Then you're actually moving around in the environment.
Yeah, but there's still a creepy element to the room
Totally.
because the orderly, who's supposed to just like wheel you to your room,
Just
he's
hangs
hanging out on the
out.
other bed. He's just laying down, chilling.
freaky. He's telling you to look out the window. It's snowing. Until Dawn has a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Some kind of weather connection.
Snow.
Yeah. So I mean, they have you walking around the room.
No.
Snow. Okay.
Some kind of...
Walking around the room's kind of stiff, but I think they do that intentionally so you don't get motion sickness.
Yeah, so Resident Evil 7 had multiple movement options. You could do full 3D where it's just you play normally, or it's the like angles where you flick the right stick and your character like
Yeah.
So it
And
had that enabled.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's like you go from like here to like hard to here.
Hard angles.
Yeah.
Hard angles.
But you can quick turn.
Yeah.
Did you play Resident Evil 7 with that style or with the smooth?
Full smooth.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I started with the switching from angle to
Yeah.
angle and then moved to smooth.
Yeah.
Chat says it's the same sanatorium.
Yeah. It was
See?
very clearly the same sanatorium.
Back in the day. This is a prequel.
And then, so the ending.
So then you're like walking out of this thing, and then it gets all Hannibal style.
Well, no, you go to bed.
Yeah, you go to
You,
sleep.
you check out some stuff in the room. You have another flashback, and then you go to bed.
You wake up,
And then
and you walk out, and it's freaky. There's like some deer. There's like the full-on Hannibal.
Yeah.
You know how he has like the antler Hannibal?
Yes.
There's like that like on the wall. Just gets freaky, and then the demo like pretty much ends right there.
little jump scares.
It was cool.
Cool.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
Very, very intrigued to play this in VR.
Was it tense?
I was consistently nervous and
Cool.
on edge.
Even
yeah.
in that environment.
Yes.
Good stuff.
I got
Yep.
one more question.
Yeah.
Hubert,
Yeah.
you once told me the day Resident Evil 7 comes out, you're getting a VR headset. What will it take now?
Dino
So
Frontier.
no, so Kyle, thankfully you let me borrow that headset to play Resident Evil 7. I tried buying a headset for like a month after that, and they were sold out.
Yeah.
So like that moment has passed, and I just
figured it's pretty chilled out at this moment.
I just haven't come back to that moment of like, oh, I want to go look for a VR and buy VR again.
Yeah.
At this point, since it's been so long and I've played Resident Evil, I am waiting for a price drop or a bundle,
Okay.
one or the other, because it's been a while. So like that's got to be coming somewhere down the line, or Dino Frontier.
Dino Frontier, baby.
Yeah, when Dino Frontier comes
Don't
out.
sleep on it.
Yeah.
Dino Frontier's on the floor.
Oh.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, weird.
Dino
It's not behind
Frontier
closed doors.
or
Might have to go
bundle
back
or
for
price drop.
seconds.
I ran into somebody on the show floor and I asked them what was the coolest thing you saw today, and they said Dino Frontier.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
That's what they said. And I said Kyle Bossman was raving about
He
that.
was
I
right.
need to check it out.
Huber,
I have a couple bigs, but I don't know if
Yeah.
we'll have time.
we
or
gotta
do you just want me to
we
go?
gotta get in them. We gotta do these.
All right, I got some bigs.
Uncharted. Lost
Oh, we
Legacy.
saw Uncharted.
Yeah.
What can you say about it?
What can you say? Well, for
It's a
one,
10 out of 10.
Tell me about it.
well, for one, I asked Hubert because I don't have a PS4 Pro, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Hubert, am I crazy, or did they make this a lot better? Like, does Uncharted 4 look that good on a Pro? It's like, you said no.
Well, granted, I don't have a 4K HDR, so it's got to help.
Right.
But
This game looks like a step
this
up.
does look like
This
a step
isn't a
up.
DLC on the same exact engine.
They
yeah.
were. It started out. Nadine and Chloe were on top of this rock structure in the middle of a huge jungle. You could see 20 miles that way, like a mile straight down. It was crazy.
Not a mile straight down, but yeah,
It
you
was
see a long
far.
way. Yeah.
It was very, very far
let him
down.
have it,
Yeah,
Just let him have it.
extremely far down. So
Yeah.
then,
I don't know how they got up there. There's this tiny weird
Yeah.
little perch on top of this mountain.
Yes. So full gameplay demo. They played for 7 to 10 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, it was actually quicker than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
Like, we were in and out of there in like 15 minutes.
Extremely fun moments. Chloe and Nadine are looking for an artifact to.
Yeah, they got one artifact to lead them to another
Yes.
artifact, and
So-
then they're getting pursued by the guy that they stole the first artifact from.
Yeah, so they're doing some Uncharted climbing. They go into some brush and they see an enemy. There are 2 enemies, and Chloe's like, I'll take the one on the right. And Nadine's like, all right. Nadine, you control Chloe, by the way. I asked this. You control Chloe this entire game.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
But I will elaborate more on that. It gets really cool. Okay. So Nadine goes up, gets the one on the left, kicks the guy on the right, hits him, gets the guy on the left, like takes them both out. Chloe's just standing there. She's like, okay, I guess you got both. And Nadine's like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. No nonsense. Nadine Ross, the best character. God, I love her so much.
Because she's like always seems to be beating the crap out of somebody.
Everybody, yes. So they're going through some more exploration. The grappling hook is back, and then typical Uncharted fashion, all hell breaks loose. Mercenary squad coming. The biggest thing I want to really bring about this game is the seamless set pieces going on. Right? They are in this cavern rock-like area, and trucks are slamming through the rocks, shooting. Giant trees are falling down, smashing around you. The floor is giving way and breaking apart. Now, those are scripted, of course, but it just doesn't feel
You're like,
scripted.
yeah, you're in the middle of a combat scenario, and
yeah.
then like the truck comes up and knocks a tree on one of the guys. Yeah.
Wow.
It does not feel scripted at all. Like, chaos is happening around you, and it just feels so...
That sounds awesome.
It is
Seamless
awesome.
transition.
And it's awesome because the Chloe and Nadine banter is on point. Just a beautiful thing. So Kyle, I wanted to elaborate on it. Nadine gets ahead of you a little bit. She's like doing some karate, kicking some guy's ass. That's when you, as Chloe, can go up, start meleeing the same character that she's attacking, and it goes into some co-op attacks. So like, there's that sense
Team-up
of
attacks.
team-up
Chrono
co-op.
Trigger.
Yeah. So, you know,
What was Damiani's word?
Cross slash? Was
Cross
that?
slash.
That was in I Am Inception.
Stupid word.
Stupid word. Wow.
It must be getting late.
It's late.
so just
And then what else were you want to say from when you went back and talked to those guys?
nothing really of consequence. I asked them, I was like, when in the timeline is this? They said about a year later.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks
Hyped.
good.
Super hyped.
Do they talk about length at all, or are they just gonna?
They said it's like as long as Uncharted 1. Basically.
Wow.
They said this game is long. They're like
It's
7
so like 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Said this game is long and big.
No word on price or anything yet?
I think it's 40.
Okay.
I think that came out already.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably on a
Standalone.
fact sheet.
And it comes with Uncharted 4 multiplayer and Uncharted 4 survival mode.
Cool.
So if you don't have Uncharted 4 but you want to give this a go, you get.
Cool.
Yep. I got 2 more bigs that I actually got hands on with, or I can move on down the line.
Yeah. We'll keep rotating through.
Rolling.
So I did a theater demo for Days Gone, which was interesting because E3 has a bad habit of you take the time, you make this appointment, you stand in line and wait, and you get shuttled into a theater. And I've had this with Ubisoft many times. Please don't do this to me tomorrow, Ubisoft. And you sit down and you see the exact same thing you saw in a press conference. Days Gone does and does not do that at the same time. Because what they do is they put you in the same scenario, the same mission, but this whole game is about open world dynamics. So we're at a different time of day, we have different weather, and everything plays out differently. So it's snowing, and it's not as close tonight, so there's not the swarm of freakers around. I still can't get over that word.
Freakos.
Freakers.
Got some freakers.
Can I call them freakos?
Sure, you call them whatever you want.
The year of the freakos.
And they call it sandbox combat. One thing I do want to make clear is, yeah, they definitely took all the HUD and crap off the press conference demo just for that demo. There was definitely a mini map. You can definitely see like little people on the mini map. There's not a whole lot on there, but there's also things that I could see where your motorcycle has a fuel percentage and it has a damage percentage.
Cool.
So if you just go smashing through stuff on your bike, you're gonna have to get it fixed somewhere.
Is there fast travel?
I don't know.
Game
they
changing. Like,
yeah,
my
that would
entire
be.
perception of Days Gone will be different depending on if there is or isn't fast travel.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking about your bike has gas, well, if it runs out of gas somewhere, but then I can just fast travel somewhere, get gas, fast travel
I would think you
back.
wouldn't. It wouldn't make sense. Because that's another thing they talked about. Like about all the traps that they like kind of stupidly ran into in the demo and the press conference. I think they sort of did that on purpose because in this they were much slower and more methodical. And you can like pull out binoculars, which I felt was the more natural way of doing this. But you could pull out binoculars and look around and like it was like, okay, there's an ambush point over there. Maybe I'll go this way. And then same thing with some of the traps. But then there are also moments that he kind of goes into like the Batman vision kind of thing where
Detective
things get the detective
Witcher
mode where
sense.
things get like highlighted in blue or orange, and you get a bit of that. But they talked about how you just can't take anything for granted. Like you can get distracted by something and then get into a trap that's not there every time and all of that. Another thing, again, because those swarms weren't there, another thing that they showed was, so you remember when he put the bear trap down in the bushes and he lured the guy over to the bear trap and then he just kind of moved on. This time he watched what happens. And he also, when the people rushed over to see the guy in the trap, he grabbed like rags and a bottle and like made a Molotov cocktail. But right before he threw that Molotov cocktail, one of the people in the group was like, all right, we're not going to be able to patch this guy up. And she just decides to shoot him.
Whoa.
And that was the gunshot that attracted the swarm in the other demo. So you didn't really know what was going on. You just kind of heard the shot and saw the swarm going. But then he just like Molotovs the group and they all die anyways.
Cool.
Then I'm trying to think. There's durability on melee weapons. He grabbed an axe, and like every time he used the axe, you could see like the meter go down a little chunk. And then similarly with like the bigger heavy weapons, it looks like you can only carry like one or two of them because there's a point where you got a sniper rifle, and then he picked up an assault rifle and he had to put the sniper rifle down.
Cool.
To exchange it. Let's see.
Speaking of my language, Blood, a lot of survival elements is what I wanted out of this game.
So if you think of the position of that camp, so he kind of went down the river and like came across the river at the camp. This one he came in the backside, and there were all of these guys there. He used like a crossbow to take out a sniper, and then he used a sniper rifle to he just picked them off like one by one and got in there.
Silenced or unsilenced sniper?
That was a silenced sniper rifle.
Okay.
Which I think is important in this world. Yeah,
of course. That's why I asked.
There's another moment earlier on where they did kind of like, it's almost like a scene out of The Walking Dead where there's like a freaker that's chained to a tree is like a trap, and there's just some idiot that's just taunting it, and then you shoot the chain and the freaker kills the guy, and then you just come up and take out the freaker real quick.
Fun.
Trying to think if there's anything else that was like really significant there. I mean, it just looks entirely different in the snow for one. And then there was a green bar for your health. There's a blue stamina bar, and then there is some kind of experience system in there as well.
What about the snow weather though? Do you need to dress warmly to battle the temperature?
That I don't know.
Okay.
They did talk about the swarms are all of different sizes, and the one that was in the demo last year is probably like something you probably won't see until more late game. But you really have to like choose your battles. Like you just don't want to go and take a swarm on most of the time unless it's a smaller thing. And then, oh yeah, and like I said, like things happen even if you're like not really in close range or paying attention. Like they really emphasize the living world, and I think they talked about this last year too, but it's something I've forgotten. Is freakers and like the other creatures, like they have needs. They have to eat and they have to drink, and so they are going to routinely have to go to water sources and find food and stuff like that. So it really affects how that AI behaves. And then, the last thing that we got when we were asking them some questions, they just basically said Deacon's a jerk. His motivations are all self-centered. He doesn't care about other people really, except what they can do for him. The main reason that he rescues this guy is because he can fix the motorcycle.
So they must believe that they have something interesting, an interesting story to tell, because that is a very risky move to make your main protagonist unlikable in a sense like that,
Yeah.
If he's just a bad guy, Some criticism with Last of Us with Joel. A lot of people that don't care for Last of Us as much just can't get behind Joel as a character.
Well, I wonder if it is like The Last of Us, because at the very, very, very beginning of The Last of Us, you are given context for why Joel is a jerk.
You feel for him immediately in that sense.
I think it would be interesting if you were just in this world and you don't have that context for why Deacon is a jerk.
Because we've seen the trailer, Deacon has like a girlfriend or a wife or a sister.
Yeah, they sound like they don't want to talk that much about story yet.
Okay.
He misses her face on his chin.
Yeah.
He misses their soft skin. He's a jerk because his girlfriend's gone, man.
Yeah. Joel's
man.
a jerk because his daughter died.
Yeah. Japan Man, what a callback, Ben.
Japan Man.
Can you believe
X3.
he pulled that back up?
Japan Man. This is her face on his chin. The soft skin.
That rhymed.
Yep.
That rhymed.
I don't know.
Hey, we got 6 minutes left.
We got 6 minutes left. Oh man, I've got so much more to talk about.
We got
This
more
is hard.
stuff.
Sorry, Blood, are you done?
I mean,
don't
I've got
mean
more.
to-
I've got more stuff too.
No, do you have more about Days Gone?
I'm done with Days Gone. Yeah.
Okay.
I do think that I'm very interested to see that world work, and I hope that all of those systems work the way that they want them to.
Me too, Bloodworth. I'm really banking on Days Gone. Hope it's good. Please be good.
Everything you were saying sounded really good.
Yeah, all the survival stuff, just really double down on that.
Yeah.
Make the world dangerous, make everything meaningful, loot, supplies, gas for your motorcycle.
Make going out in the wild dangerous.
Yes. Let's hope.
I will try to make this quick, but it was very exciting for me personally. This is the first time I got to play Danganronpa V3 in English. This is a series that I played Danganronpa 1, I played Danganronpa 2, I played another episode I like very much. I am very attached to the story and to the world. But what was interesting is this was not the full version of Danganronpa V3. This was a trial. This was a separate demo that it was weird. It was a wink, wink, nod, nod. This is its own thing, but there are allusions to the full game in it. But I played with the English VO, which is interesting because people are going and they're tying specific voice actors to the characters, but they have not officially announced who the voice actors are, and so that's kind of funny. But man, so this is the first Danganronpa game built from the ground up for PS4, and what was funny, the person presenting Danganronpa V3 was like, not agitated would be too strong of a word, but he definitely emphasized, hey, people from Spike Chunsoft have said to us repeatedly, please tell people, please tell press that this game is best on PS4 Pro and 4K. Which
Danganronpa.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Pushing that tech, baby.
This adventure visual novel, like, please play it in 4K.
Yeah.
But
you better get that Pro ready.
that art seriously looks gorgeous. The art of Danganronpa has always been very eye-catching, always very colorful, always very, like, the environment that you're in this classroom, and the windows are barred up, and you have these, like, microphones with these monitors on that you would have in, like, a prison camp. It's very striking. You have this crazy bear that has two sides to him, and it just it popped more than it's ever popped. And what I like is, I think if you were to describe these features in another game, they wouldn't sound as important, but I think in a visual novel they're very essential. And are touches that I have not played a ton of visual novels, but I have not seen before, I don't think. What I like is, if you have a scene, right, with characters when you're talking, in Danganronpa V3, if a character is behind you and that character starts speaking, you will see your character turn his head to address them. And so it will give you a sense of space. It's not just this character portrait that is being shuffled. And that is actually far more effective than I imagined it being. But really, the point I want to drive home with this demo is the ultimates. And so what Danganronpa is, for those who aren't familiar, it is you are stuck in this classroom gone bad where you can't escape. The only way that you can escape is by killing a fellow student and getting away with it. And the students that you happen to be with are the absolute best in some field, and they are absolutely ridiculous characters. And one character that I want to talk about is Gonta Gokuhara. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's the ultimate entomologist. Basically, he is obsessed with bugs. He is a giant, very beefy, muscular character with long, flowing hair, and he speaks like a caveman, and he refers to himself in third person, but he speaks like a caveman and speaks very properly. It's butchered, but it's like a perfected butchered language, and his goal is to be a true gentleman.
So cool.
So you're talking to him, and he's like, "Hello, I am Gonta. I am obsessed with bugs," but he's kind of articulate. Like he's missing sort of some words in his sentences, but he's expressing kind of elaborate ideas, and he's a little bit bashful. Like, you praise him, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't know that about bugs," and he goes, "Oh, thank you, Gonta, impressed." But then someone says, "Hey, wait, I thought you didn't like bugs," and he just snaps. And he gets a dark aura around him, and his hair stands up, and you're just like, "Oh, dude, this is somebody that could kill me." And that's the appeal of Danganronpa, is you get attached to these characters. They are lovable, but they have something wrong with them that makes you think, "Oh, wait, they could kill me." And I didn't get to spend a lot of time with them, but I think it says something when you're at the third game of a series. I mean, third main game of the series. And I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, these are totally on par with the other characters that I've encountered in the other Danganronpa games. But let's get weird.
I have a quick question.
Let's get weird. Yeah, please.
Is this the one with the Monokuma?
Yes, Monokuma.
Cubs?
Yes.
The Cubs.
The Cubs. Yes, and I'm
Nice.
gonna get to that because it's important. So you have class trials. Basically, somebody gets murdered, and then once somebody gets murdered, you assemble this sort of courtroom-style thing, this game where you have to try to figure out who the murderer was. You have to get them. You have to punish them, and by punish them, kill them. And
is the gun mechanic only in the first game, or is that still
no, the gun mechanic is here. So what you're talking about is truth bullets. So basically, you get into these non-stop debates where people are talking, and you have to figure out, wait, something sounds fishy here. And what truth bullets are is your counter to that fishy thing that they're saying. Now the word fishy is funny to me.
fishy?
And so it's like, oh, wait, they're saying the murder weapon, I'm just using a hypothetical example, they're saying the murder weapon is a gun, but it's actually a knife. I'm going to use the knife truth bullet to shoot through their lie. That's been in every Danganronpa game. But what's new here is that there's a point where you know somebody is not telling the truth, but you don't have the evidence to back it up, so you lie. So you have to find a convincing enough lie to get everybody else to believe you, to buy time to put the argument together that is the truth.
Wow.
Nice.
Which I thought was really cool.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, and then they have new minigames. There are a couple I could talk about, but the one I want to focus on is the Cadillac minigame. And so you are trying to figure out, in the example in the demo, you're trying to figure out the nature of a specific person, and it goes like 80s style. Everything is bright neon. It's almost like a Outrun throwback. Like you're just in the middle of this debate and it cuts to this totally different game. You're like inside the protagonist's mind, and you're going through and you're hitting these letters, and as you're hitting these letters and dodging other cars, you're uncovering a sentence. And then at the end, there are these silhouettes of women, and you need to run into the correct woman that represents the right answer. And if you run into the wrong woman, you kill her, you run her over. But if you run into the right woman, she flips over the car and lands in the seat, and you keep going.
The hell?
The hell?
So the right woman is a gymnast.
Wait, what?
She's talking about her flipping.
Oh, hey! Okay, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, she has the reaction time.
Yeah, but it was just a really bizarre minigame that I think worked because Danganronpa itself is so insane. And the very last point that I want to bring up is the
Cubs.
The monocubs.
Tell me about these cubs.
Yeah, so Monokuma is a figure, sort of smarmy, occasionally vulgar, often violent.
Is he the head of this school too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't want to say too much, but he's basically this figure. He's sort of the face
involved.
of the series. Yeah. And in Danganronpa 2, they introduce this sort of pure, cute, innocent character that he constantly like trashes on and abuses.
His sister, right, or something like that?
Yeah. And that dynamic worked, and that was fun, but I think, you know, this is a character that we see in every game. We're kind of used to his personality. We're kind of used to his interjections. But here he has the monocubs, and why I think this is more of an effective addition than that one extra character in Danganronpa 2 is all of these different monocubs have different personalities. And so when he makes a joke, it's not just one person with one personality type reacting to it in the same way. It is all of these different personality types saying, like, one is like, oh, Dad, that was a funny thing, or oh, that was stupid. And so I think it just makes that interaction with Monokuma more dynamic because there's a broader range of emotions, and I think that's really cool and a good addition to Danganronpa. That's it.
Sounds hype, man.
Yeah. People should play those games. They are now on PS4, on PC, and Vita as well. Yeah, Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reloaded came out on PS4 this year and PC last year.
Halfway through the first one, put it down.
Didn't grab them.
No, I loved it.
That's
I just
not
didn't
true,
have
Kyle
time.
Bossman.
I loved it.
Did you love it?
Because I was trying to please you, Ben, by finishing this. And I just time got away.
Can I ask you, do you have the desire to finish?
Of course,
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
At this point, I'd start over on PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Cool.
Loved it.
Dominic, what's the stats on that footage, dude?
Still processing.
Cool. So
yeah,
we'll just talk about
that'll
we'll talk about that
that'll
another
be
time.
tomorrow
4 minutes
thing.
remaining. We can do Huber and then come back to you. It's 4 minutes remaining.
All right.
What else? Well, what else did you?
The only other game I played was Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just talk about it. Super Lucky's Tale. I think it was originally announced as a Oculus Rift game.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, Lucky's
It was
Tale was an
Oculus
Oculus title.
Yeah, it's like a think of Super Mario 3D World if you played it on the Wii U. That's the kind of it's a platformer, and that's the kind of planes you're on. Things kind of floating in the sky like that. Just play this adorable little fox. Got your basic jump.
Is it Lucky?
Yeah, I believe his
Yeah.
name's Lucky. Yeah, you got your jump, of
Palmer
course,
Lucky.
and you have this ability to burrow underground. And there's like little bumps in the ground. You can, if you burrow under them, like coins pop up.
How's that feel, Brad?
Feels good, man.
Okay.
When you're burrowing underground, a coin goes boop, boop, up.
Yeah.
You want that coin,
Yeah,
man.
it sounds.
You want that.
Yeah.
So of course there's like a few like mechanics with the crawling underground. There's maybe something in a cage.
Yeah.
The only way to get this to go through the ground. Really basic stuff. I think I played the first level of the game.
Yeah.
Anyways, you start in this level, you go through, then there's this obstacle or this like almost like an idol in the middle. Then there's a guy with just his head talking. It looks like Binding of Isaac. Looks like Isaac almost. Just his head talking to you. It's like, oh, I lost my body. Can you help me find my body? You're like, yeah, of course I'll be finding your body. So there's multiple ways to go. There's actually 3 of these dudes you end up helping. So you need to make it to a goal, but you can't get there unless you help all these 3 of these guys. So you can go either way, whatever way you want. One way you climb up a mountain, kind of dodging a few obstacles, basic platform stuff we all love.
Yeah.
Other way, you go underground. This is my favorite part, actually. So this game kind of reminds me moments of Toad's Treasure Tracker. Just the kind of the movement when you're holding something. I'm not saying it's Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Yeah.
But I was getting flashes of it. So
Throwing
for
out
instance,
Toad's Treasure Tracker and Super Mario 3D World, Brad.
yeah,
High praise.
it was it was a feel good game.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like what reminded me of it is I had this guy's head, so you carry their heads to their body, but when you have their head, you can't jump. So I get the head, and you go down like a platform. Then as you're going through it, fireballs start shooting out at you. And like platforms are going up and down, kind of like Toad's Treasure Tracker. So you're going through different levels like that. Of course, as you're going, more fireballs are starting to come at you, a little more obstacles. There's this one point where there's this giant flame guy. He's just like bouncing at you or coming at you, and you're like, oh, dude! So when you're like running to the left of the screen, and there's little little ways down you can go. They're all traps. Don't do it. There's like some items on there, but not worth it. It's all to juke you out, man, and get you toasted.
Whoa.
Cool.
Did you get toasted?
No, I didn't die.
Too pro.
I didn't die. Oh no, wait, you're right. I did die once.
Oh.
But it was because, so when you dig underground, you go underground obviously. But if there's something you can't dig under, he does like a forward roll for some reason, and there's like little manholes to go down.
Yeah.
And you do the dig button. I did it slightly off the thing, and he just like rolled off the cliff, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
It's funny.
That's how you learn. Whatever.
Game's fault.
Yeah.
I got a question from chat. They want to know what genre the game is.
I would say it's a platformer, because you jump, Kyle.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
But yeah.
From chat.
Pretty much just doing your typical basic platforming. I wouldn't say it's anything that's gonna it's not gonna do anything probably brand new that you haven't seen anything before, but it's just a really solid, fun platform.
Feel good game.
Yeah, it's a feel good game. I would like to see how it works in VR if they're planning on doing that. So I'm not exactly
No, I mean
sure.
that was a launch game for Oculus.
Okay,
That
I would
was-
like to see.
That's
okay.
the thing is that's why it's a little weird that I mean maybe it's not that weird, but it's a little weird to me that they brought it out as a non-VR game because it essentially was like here's what we can do in VR that's not first person.
They're like, oh, not enough people bought this.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe
do this. But I would be curious to see how that plays in VR. Actually, it played good though for being a VR game originally. I think you'd play and still have a really good time. And at the end, you fight. Oh man, I forgot to tell you, man. Throughout this whole level, there's this like ninja kung fu cat. Okay.
Okay.
And he's giving you cat puns, and he's saying he's like, you got to make it through my obstacles if you want to face me and like proceed on.
Yes.
So while you're going through this level, he's kind of like directing you. He'll be like, do like some. Oh, when he talks, he goes like.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And he does like a cool ninja vanish all the time when he goes away.
Okay.
So then you end up having the confrontation with him at the end. He's just
Okay.
standing like that badass dude.
What is the color of the cat?
I think he was like a light purple kind of gray.
It's good.
To have some epic showdown with him, dude. You're like throwing stuff at him, then at the end he's like, "Ooh, I must be a pretty good teacher."
Oh.
And I was like, "This game rules."
I hope that
So
cat
cool. Yeah.
is with you till the end.
It's fun.
He needs to be in it.
Yes.
He's got to be in
Ooh,
it.
we got a scoop.
Scoop.
This is a nugget. They brought it out non-VR because the VR studio was shut down by Oculus.
Oh.
This is the new venture, Resurrection, effectively without VR. That comes from Blomkamp.
It plays great. Still,
Huh.
it plays great.
No VR.
Check it out if you love platformers.
No, good little tip.
Yeah, it's a fun little, cute little game.
How's that
The cat
footage?
did a lot for me, Brad.
Ben,
Oh,
you
that
gotta
footage
see
isn't
this
gonna
cat,
happen.
man. I
Okay.
can't do this cat
But-
justice,
Alright.
dude. He's incredible.
We got one more Huber or
Footage?
What from Uber?
I got two very,
man.
very big games.
What are we choosing between?
Wolfenstein, hands-on,
That's it.
Or
Shadow of War, a lot of hands-on.
Wolfenstein.
Of course.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Oh my goodness, I love you. This was the wheelchair level.
yeah.
So you wake up, you're this like ship, you're on a ship, it's getting attacked, all hell is breaking loose. You get into the wheelchair, this resistance soldier comes in. He's like, there you are. Like, they're coming. We gotta get out of here. Guy dies. And then you are in a wheelchair for this entire level. Like, what a bold...
I was about to say, this is a bold move showing people your game.
This is insane. Like,
so do you only have like one hand in front of you and the other one's on the wheelchair?
Yeah, one single wheeled only for this because you're like wheeling around in this wheelchair. So people are waiting for this game. This was like a 20-minute demo, full-on cutscenes, long, They're confident. So what I love is that you only have 50 max health because you're like injured at this point. You're punished BJ, lack of health, lack of mobility. Mm-hmm. So the Nazis are threatening at this point because you can barely defend yourself. So you're like wheeling around in this wheelchair. You're picking up health. You're like looking for supplies. Mm-hmm. The overpower is back where you can go above your maximum health, but it slowly ticks down. Mm-hmm. Armor is very important, just like in the previous Wolfensteins. And really the only weapon I used was the machine pistol. But then at one point you split out of the wheelchair, and because you have this giant machine gun on your lap. As you're rolling around. So then you fall out and you pick up the giant machine gun and you're like mowing everyone down. Just so fun, just so playful. I appreciated that it wasn't fully apparent where I was supposed to go at all times. So I was still, it was a ship, so there were tight corridors. It wasn't a big open environment. So a lot of narrow corridors. But there were also, again, there's a lot of comedy in this. You meet up with the doctor, and there are these traps on the walls, these like electromagnetic rays that are just blowing up these Nazis into just like a balloon burst. Mm-hmm. So the doctor, these Nazis are blowing up. Then the doctor is like, BJ, do not move. Wait a second. Like, wait, or you will blow up. So you're waiting there, so Nazis come, kill him. You go inside, and it's this cutscene where you're talking to the doctor, and the force field's back on, and it's just, like out of frame, like top corner. You're having this serious conversation, and Nazis are just coming in and blowing up.
That's super funny.
And then like it happens a couple times, and like two or 3 minutes pass. And like this lone Nazi comes and he's like looking around and he's like tiptoeing through and blows up. It's so playful. It's so fun.
Oh man, Uber.
So then there's like some there's like these moving platforms that you have to put your wheelchair on and go up a floor, and like conveyor belts with the wheelchair. It's out of control. And then you get to the end, and it's cutscenes from here on out, and you meet up with some other resistance fighters. Kind of basically what we saw in the E3 trailer. Yeah. Okay. But we saw more dialogue with Frau.
Oh, the German.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Frau. Yeah. She's back. She has a daughter. Oh. An overweight daughter. Okay. And she's like shaming her daughter for being overweight, and the daughter is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mother. I ate a big slice of cake today. I am so sorry. I've dishonored you." And Frau is like, you're disgracing the bloodline. You're disgracing me. I'm a general. Like, what would they say if they knew you ate cookies and candies and sweets? And she's like, "But I just love cake. I just want cake." So you like feel for this daughter.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the note that it ended on, because you're in a sticky situation.
That's how it ended?
Pretty much, because you're in the sticky situation where everyone's captured. You're at gunpoint, and Frau is about to kill, I forget her name, but the lady in the suit from the first game.
Oh, right, yeah.
She's about to kill her with an axe, and she's like, "No, daughter, you do it." And the daughter like takes the axe. Again, we saw it in the trailer. She's holding the axe, and everyone's like, "Kill it, kill her." And it's like, I wonder that's exactly where it ended. So I'm really wondering if like the daughter's gonna rebel and
Maybe,
like join you. Like,
What a note to end on.
yeah,
Wow.
very.
Maybe it'll give you an option to intervene. Kind of like there is options
Yeah.
in Wolfenstein. I
Yes.
wonder if that will be one of them.
Yeah.
I have a question too.
Like talk to maybe like
Yeah,
persuade the daughter
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah. Wolfenstein has some pretty cool melee kills.
Yes.
Did you get to do any on the wheelchair?
Just one didn't have a knife. It was like you hit him in the gut with the gun. You hit him in the gut with the gun. Then you smash his head on the.
That's pretty
The
cool.
wheelchair. It wasn't like brutal or graphic or anything, but it was like bah bah bah. He's down. Cool.
When you fell out of the wheelchair and you had this machine gun, were you kind of crawling along and blasting, or was it just like, nope, here I am, let's
Full
go?
stationary, like on my back,
Okay.
like mowing people
That's
down,
great.
and then like crawling to the wheelchair.
So it was like,
yeah,
shoot,
yeah,
crawl.
yes, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then really, really good flame kills. Feel the burn. Feel the burn in the new Colossus. Shot a gas tank, Nazi, flailing on fire. Just insane. I watched. Sat there in the wheelchair. I watched for a
let him
minute.
burn.
I was like, nice. It's a good kill.
That's what Wolfenstein's all about.
yeah,
though,
feel
isn't
the kills,
it?
feel the
That's what
kills.
Wolfenstein's about.
Yep, that was it for Wolfenstein.
Sweet.
I feel like everything you're saying is matching my hopes for that game.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it sounds
it's
very
gonna be
good.
so good.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a lot. I have like too much. Shadow
Yeah, I
of
got
War.
more too, man,
I have
it's hard.
way too much.
Yeah,
Maybe just
I've
tomorrow.
got I've got some other games too.
like, ooh,
We will be back tomorrow night,
Yep.
starting at 8 p.m. ish again.
Whatever I'll get here,
Yeah, so tomorrow we're going back to the floor. We've got appointments all day.
Oh, yeah.
A whole crew of us are going to Bandai Namco to check out their games.
Hey, Huber,
Huber's going to be shooting Syndrome.
what's our last appointment of the day?
I believe it's
Oh?
Yakuza,
Oh!
Kiwami, and the Song of Life.
Is that a double feature?
It is a double feature.
What is the number attached to the Song of Life?
6.
Ooh, is that a good number?
It's a very good number. End of the timeline. End of the Dragon's
Wait, this is it?
timeline. I mean, it's the furthest. Could be the end. We don't know.
You just said
they
the
market
end of
it
the
as the
timeline.
Kazuya Kiryu.
Yeah, so they say.
Kazuma Kiryu.
So they
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
I think
You
he
know,
means
so-
because there's been a lot of prequels
Yeah,
and such.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they
remakes.
say.
Sure.
I'm gonna have some cool impressions tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna see Spider-Man,
Ooh.
Yeah,
is
I'm
cool.
saying Spider-Man too, yeah.
and I'm gonna see Super Mario Odyssey.
That's very cool.
Wow.
Dude, must
Goat.
be nice.
Yeah. Coat.
Gonna have Square. I'm
Yep.
sure we'll play everything at Square tomorrow.
Yep.
We're gonna play Dragon Ball Fighters tomorrow, dude.
We're gonna
play Dragon.
We're gonna
Kamehameha
go to
or
Namco
something.
Yes.
Bandai and say, point us to Dragon Ball. Please don't tell
Hubert,
me.
I'm gonna say Kamehameha out loud.
Yes,
you
Just
have
for
to.
you.
I ended my day by standing there watching them play Dragon Ball Fighters, and every single person had a smile on their face. It
Nice.
was awesome.
Right.
Cannot-
That's the look of a dream
Yeah.
come true.
And they also have really loud electronic music, like playing. It's just-
Blasting.
yeah, blasting. I'm really excited to get my hands on Assassin's Creed Origins tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
Tomorrow's gonna be a good
cannot
day.
wait to feel this game. I wanna know how
Feel
it
the
plays.
game,
I wanna feel it. I want it in my hands. I
Alright.
wanna know. Wanna know if it's the real deal.
For sure. So yeah, that'll be starting after we get back from the show, 8 p.m.ish, depending on, we gotta eat.
Yeah.
Basically.
8 p.m..
We gotta get through.
We promised 8 p.m.
We promised
8
8 p.m.
p.m..
Yeah, but we gotta get through traffic. We gotta get food.
Kyle will be here at 8 p.m.
Like, that's
Yeah,
the
we
thing.
made
It's
We made it 8 p.m.
It's
We'll make
liquid.
it again.
and we're 12ish. We went over the other way too.
Daniel Bloodworth, when have you ever heard Regis Philbin
No.
talk about, I gotta eat, I got traffic?
Yeah.
He showed up every day, early.
He got paid real well.
Millions. For Regis.
You think Regis is working for free? Regis is getting double.
But yeah, and also I'll try to get these archives up as soon as I can. But we are Easy Allies. I'm Daniel Bloodworth.
Ben Moore.
Brad Ellis.
Michael Huber.
I'm sorry, what's Easy Allies?
I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
I knew it was-
every time.
I knew it was
I
coming.
don't know,
didn't-
Kyle, you
he-
tell
he
us what
doesn't
Easy
care who
Allies
he
is.
What is it,
apparently.
What is it?
Right below the
I don't. It's like the audience right now is.
Easy Allies,
Easy
a
Allies is us.
Patreon-supported group of gaming content producers who hate being called content producers. Here
Thank
on
you for
Twitch.
including
Yeah,
that.
it's
Good copy.
right
Good
here
copy.
down here. There's this whole paragraph right here, Kyle.
That's good copy.
Yeah.
Copy pasta.
Easy Allies, we love video games more than life itself. Video games are life. Check it out. We review them.
That
we
might be
play 'em.
that might be the best description of us yet. Thank you.
We review them, we
life
play
itself.
them, we stream them, we talk about them on easyallies.com, twitch.tv/easyallies, youtube.com/easyallies, patreon.com
Slash.
/easyallies.
It's late.
Check it out. Love and respect.
Love and respect.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.